You've got a lot of really strong opinions for someone who isn't an archaeologist. So after our last video of moving files, we had a lot of debate about what specifically was slowing things down. And one of the biggest pieces that is going to hinder moving files around when we're moving from mechanical hard drives is the little mechanical armature. And we've all opened up and looked at the pieces inside the mechanical hard drives. If that's slowing things down, how is it slowing things down? Can we not just move the armature faster? How fast can that armature move? These are a lot of questions that need answering, and some Google fooing didn't give us any good answers. So, learn by doing. We've got a bunch of hard drives. We're going to open them up and move some files around, see what's going on. But no, the hard drives will die immediately, you say. We don't need these hard drives. It's okay if they die. Are they going to last 5 seconds? Are they going to last 5 minutes? These are all more questions that we need good answers to. Let's see what we got. So first things first, we need some hard drives. And we're going to use a number of our Seagate 500 drives. We've got a lot of these lying around. Yeah, they might die in 3 seconds, in which case we might need to use or sacrifice more than one to get the answers we need. We're going to use our hot rod PC. And we're going to umbilical into this guy. Fortunately, we've got a speed scoop now on this thing, which lets us pull wires right out through the top. It's the modification that keeps on giving. Something like that. Oh yeah, that's gonna work great. So while we're not in a clean room, obviously the drive is not gonna be long for this world. Okay. Open drive. Ready for boot. There she goes. It's not so responsive right now. Have we worked this thing out already? Okay, so that drive appears to be dead. One down. And we'll do a quick format on it. It seems much happier when we don't do this with it open. So we've got our D and E partitions here. And the reason that we're creating 2 partitions here is what we want to do is we're going to move a bunch of our text files onto one of the 2 partitions. Then we're going to open it up and we're going to move all of those files to the other. And we want to see the armature moving back and forth as it's reading and writing and reading and writing to the 2 partitions, and hopefully to illustrate how these 2 partitions are actually physical locations on the platters. So it's about 2,800 files that we're going to move. And copy. So it's obviously reading a bunch of the files into buffer and going and writing them. What's it doing when it's on the outside perimeter? What's it doing when it goes in? And then every once in a while it goes right to the inside. Let's install BattleNet. Download for Windows. This is what it looks like to install software onto a hard drive. Maybe. And there it's installed. Let's see if we can play Hearthstone. Well, we've got something going on. Doesn't seem to have needed to load much off the hard drive, hey? What else do we want to try on this thing? Free file sync. So now we're going to grab many text files. Let's compare. Oh! Did we bork the drive? Is the drive borked? Is it not? Device that does not exist was specified. It does not like our device. I think we've killed it.
Does it weigh on your conscience?
This drive had it coming. We get Defragler to first investigate how fragmented this drive is, and then we'll do a defragment. That's what I wanted to do. Well, we're gonna learn what a defragment looks like on this. Disk health is good. Not for long. And defrag. Here we go. Oh, there we go. So it's writing the file list to someplace that's clean. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Defragmenting is one of the operations that takes the longest, and this is why. Because we're rearranging the bits on the drive physically. This, of course, also means that the longer you use a drive, writing and deleting files, the files get broken up or fragmented across the platter. And then when you need to go read the file, you actually need to read from multiple locations through that file before you can assemble the entire file. It's still trying to chug along there. I think we're going to be hitting a bunch of I/O errors imminently here. We need a tachometer because we're supposed to be spinning at 7,200 RPM, but I have a strong suspicion that because now we've exposed it to the air and we don't have an enclosed air system, that's hard enough on the motor that it's actually slowing down and no longer spinning at 7,200 RPM. Does it still report? Nope. I think we've burned it. So you know there.
She's gone.
If we look at disk management, we might still see a volume. Oh, yep. Okay, so we've got something there. She did. Okay, so for our last test here, we're going to actually try on the system level instead of through an OS. We're going to do a Derek's Boot and Nuke, a D-ban secure wipe of a drive. We're going to get it running. We're going to start the wipe, and then we're going to open up the drive, and we're going to see how long it survives and what the device is actually doing as we're doing a secure wipe. So this long and short is, it's obviously not a good idea to run your drives while they're open. Okay, we're going, so let's open her up. See what's going on inside. Okay, so we got that opened at about a minute 20 of our pass. Let's see if this becomes unresponsive. So that totally didn't work. It didn't make it all the way through the wipe. And so just as a final wrap up, we're actually going to see here if it can even recognize the disk on a firmware level. We expect it to here. Actually, I need to boot and see if it recognizes as a boot device. No drive. Not even seeing the drive available once it's burned itself out. So I think we've all learned a valuable lesson here. Don't run your drives with the covers off. And we were curious to see the little armature moving around. So now we understand a little bit more concretely, more personally, why mechanical hard drives are slower to access data, that physical accessing of the data rather than the transistors that SSDs have inside them. Well, I guess we'll see what we can take apart next week. As I'm banging around the hard drive, that's probably good for it. The third test we're gonna do. Did you kill anybody? Yeah, but they were all bad. Did you kill any drives? Yeah, but they were all bad.